for an act to amend the Piers Act, Cap P18, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to bring up to date the fines prescribed for violating the regulations of the Act in relation to the creation, alteration, and extension of a pier license from the appropriate authority, and for related matters, standing in the name of Hon Sergius Ogun. Honourable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 11th July 2019, and I invite Honourable Ogun to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Sergius Ose Ogun. I represent Eastern Northeast, Eastern Southeast, and I'm from Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the bill for an act to amend the Piers Act, Cap P18, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to bring up the dates for fines prescribed for violating the regulations of the Act in relation to the creation, alteration, and extension of a pier license from the appropriate authority, and for related matters be read the second time. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Mr. Speaker, my highly esteemed colleagues, once again, I'm Sergius Ose Ogun. I represent Eastern Northeast, Eastern Southeast, and I'm from Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I have the honor to lead the debate in support of a bill for an act to amend the Piers Act to review upwards the fine prescribed for violating the provisions of the Act in relation to the erection, alteration, and extension of a pier, and for related matters. The structure of the bill has three clauses. Clause 1 is the enactment clause. Clause 2 is the amendment of the Principal Act, while Clause 3 is the citation clause. The bill has the following as its objectives. 1, to amend the Principal Act so as to review upwards the fine prescribed for violating provisions of the Act. 2, to generate more revenue for the federal government. 3, to provide adequate sanctions for violators of the Act. In the background, Mr. Speaker, because most of my colleagues already have this brief, I will just run through it. Section 37 of the Nigerian Ports Authority Act, Cap N126, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, empowers the Nigerian Ports Authority to make regulations, among other things, for the construction and operation of piers in the country. The existence of these legislations, notwithstanding, the Nigerian Ports Authority, as well as the Ministry of Transport, continues to receive reports of the operation of private piers/jetties in the country. The ridiculous fine prescribed by the Act for such breach perhaps accounts for the continued violation by such private operators. This bill will therefore seek to review upwards the prescribed fine in the belief that this would deter further violation of the Act and the regulations made. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the Piers Act basically was enacted in 1917, and the fine for altering, for erection of a jetty is 100 naira. So part of what this bill, the amendment, is attempting to cure is to increase the revenue, is to increase the fine, to dissuade those that would go ahead and erect or alter a pier without the license. And there are also hazards associated with the erection and the alteration of piers without due diligence followed. The hazard of doing that, safety issue and security issues. Mr. Speaker, I remember so many years ago, even the government was against private individuals erecting jetties, especially in worry areas during the crisis. So the NPA came out with a book, a handbook on the piers and jetties in the country and on the regulations to follow. So, Mr. Speaker, basically what this amendment is attempting to do is to increase the fine from 100 naira to 500. And I will even dare say that, by the grace of God, when this bill passes second reading today, when it goes to the committee, maybe the money should be further increased to discourage people from taking laws into their hand and without due license, building or altering a pier. So, my honorable colleagues, I will urge you to support this very harmless amendment.
I'll put a question that the bill be now read a second time. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for and like to amend the Piers Act, Chapter P18, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to bring up to date the fines prescribed for violating the regulations of the Act in relation to the creation, alteration, extension of a PS license with the appropriate authority and for related matters. Second reading.